Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Iyanola Vibes. I'm your host. Is host the right word to use? Because it's just us. But I'm your host, Keddy Emmanuel, and Iyanola Vibes is when I come on here once a month and talk to you. If you remember the last one, boy, I was real tired. Alright? I was real tired. But yeah, today we're back, a little more energy. I have the fresh cut, so I'm looking like a little child. You get me? But yeah, we're back. We're back in here for another episode of Iyanola Vibes. Let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about. Like, what is the right thing to do when a grown man who clearly has nothing wrong with him asks you for money? Let me explain, right? So, I was in town. I'm not going to say which town to protect the innocent. But I was in town this past week. And I have a partner, right? The first time he saw me, he walk up, he say, "Yeah, buddy. My mother there." You all know the stories already. All of y'all watching this, y'all saying, "That's what you're going to fall for." But hold on. So that day he was bothering me, like he was real persistent because he's good at what he's doing. And the man saying, "Yeah, bro. Yeah, my mother there waiting for me around the corner there." So I watch him, I tell him, "Which corner?" He tell me, "Yeah, just right around the corner there." So I tell him, "All right, look, just come and show her to me, and then I'll hook you up." So when he see I was serious about going to look for the mother, he say, Yeah, man, yeah, you can come." But then he started making me walk. And the more we walk, the further the corner gets. So I say, all right, am I really going to walk a half mile to find the corner? I wasn't going to do it. So I gave him a little thing, just for him to leave me alone so I could leave. All right. Now, this is the conundrum, right? You sitting there, or you standing there, and you're thinking, yo, I don't want to lose my money, right? Everybody works hard for their money. You don't want to just get swindled. You don't want to get conned. You don't want them laughing at you behind your back after you give them your money. But at the same time, you're thinking, yeah, but what if the partner really need the money? That could be me that need the money, So you want to help the person out. But, So tell me in the comments, tell me what you do when a homeless person or somebody walks up to you out of the blue saying, "Yo, I need some money." Do you give them the money? Now, I know some of y'all saying, well, if you give them the money, then they probably use it to buy drugs, so you should buy them food instead. All right? But I don't know about that either, because sometimes, there's a lot of things that you would need to buy, if you're homeless, right? I don't know. I was just thinking about that this week, and I wanted to come to talk to you all about it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should you just not give homeless people money because they might be drug addicts, or should you just give them the money and hope for the best? Which is what I sometimes do. Sometimes I do the other thing, which is, "Sorry, bro, I really have nothing, Yo, let me tell you a little story. So I was about 11 or 12. I was living up north in Castries at the time because I was in Form 1 in secondary school, right? And one day I'm walking home. And I've told my family members this story all the time because it's a funny story. But I'm walking home, right? And one of the little partners, because I was living, close to the chaussee area there. Folks, if you're not Lucian, this is in the capital city, which is Castries. Try to follow. So, I'm walking there, right? And one of the little partners hop out and he say, "Yo, partner, drop a coin on me, Drop a coin on me, bro." A little partner, the man looked like he was around, let's say 7, around 7, 8 years old, so a little boy, right? And I know he's saying, but you say you were 12. To me, he looked like a little boy. So, okay, let's say 6. I don't want to go below 6 because then I feel like I'm talking about a toddler. Because he didn't look like a toddler, but he was a little boy. All right, moving on. So, he asked me for the coin. I was in a good mood, right? So I turn around, I say, well, buddy, yeah, man, Irie. So I give him like, what was it, maybe $1, $2. Yo, immediately, because I'm walking on the sidewalk, as if out of nowhere, you see little heads and little faces just coming out of the blue everywhere. Yo, partner, give me a coiner. Give me a coiner, bro. Give me a coiner. So, when I see that happen, right? I turn and I tell them, well, fellas, yes, I just give that man some money there, I can't really give everybody a coin. You check what I'm telling you? So, they watch me. So I turn my head feeling, okay, it's sad that I couldn't give them something. But, it is what it is. Like, what can you do? You can't give me a coin in your mother, boy. The fella sent a block behind me. And when I say a block, like one of those blocks using to build a house, the fella sent a block behind me and that break on the sidewalk behind me, right? Now, here's the thing. You're in this situation. You can't run. Because if you run, you still live in the same neighborhood. So those same little boys will say, yeah, boy, check the partner we make a run the other day. Yeah, check Diamond. And they'll try to rob you again because you're looking weak. You understand? So I saying, all right, I can't run. But of course, I don't want them to send another block after me. Right? So instead of running, I kind of look back. He's still trying to look like a man. He's still trying to look like, nothing's wrong. And I look back and I keep walking, right? But I'm walking, but I know anytime they might send a stone or something behind my head or something. So I'm walking by like half of my eyes, like turning back. You know what I mean? So next thing you know, the way the path was, there's different corners, right? It's not like a straight path. It's just like winding. So as soon as I round the corner, where I know the little boy's cursing me, I start running full speed. Some bricks. I started running, right? And then because the path has a certain length, as soon as they could see me again, straight. Yeah, bad man thing. Straight again. Yeah. I ain't afraid of nobody. Then, as soon as I round the corner again, full sprint, right? And then, in that way, I was able to lose them completely, right? Now, I was just wondering how I got to that story. But, yeah, so, in that context, the question to you is, should I have given the first guy, the first one that came, partner, give me a coiner, partner. If I didn't give that man a coin, what would happen? Would they still send a block behind me? The world will never know. So, that might be a lesson in, I don't know what that, it's a lesson in running when you're in danger. Yeah, man. So, yeah. That it's a sad thing when people need the money and thing, But anyway, moving on. COVID cases in St. Lucia. We had a nice stretch. A stretch where you could say, yeah, boy, we have no cases. People were not wearing masks. People were enjoying themselves. They were just going to open everything. And now, we're seeing some cases, right? The most annoying thing to me? The most annoying thing to me is the people saying that the whole thing is a hoax. Let's think about what would have to happen for this whole thing to be a hoax. You telling me around the world, from country to country, all the countries on the planet just decide, you know what, let's coordinate together and just close everything and just screw up everybody's economy, and let's just completely destroy the entire world economy. Let's have everybody stay home. Let's have lockdowns, all these things for months because of a virus that is not real. If it's not real, why are they doing it? What is the thing that they're standing to gain so much from doing this? Like, what's the thing? If it's not real. You're smart, right? So tell me. Yeah, man. So honestly, I think it's real. And that's why I wear a mask. And I try to be careful. Because, yeah. But honestly, I'm tired of talking about COVID. As much as it's real, it's a little too real. I'm tired of talking about it, hearing about cases and new cases and Trump and tra-la-la, ting. So I'll not be talking about that this whole time. We're going to move on. The next thing I'm going to move on to is home quarantine. In St. Lucia, you have an option for some travelers to quarantine at home. It's a strange thing. Let me tell you why. I now have first-hand experience with it. I have some loved ones who came from overseas and are currently doing home quarantine in the house. And when somebody doing home quarantine, it's like they're a ghost, huh? Like, you know they're there, but they're not really there, you know? Because you can't even really talk to them. You have to try and push your head outside a window and try and shout like, yo, you good? Hey, you know? So it's a very different experience. But let me tell you, home quarantine cannot compare to the real quarantine where you're in a hotel, in a room, by yourself, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and now you're starting to ask yourself, am I still a person? Am I a real person? What year are we in? You get me? Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to the people who are home quarantining. Trust me, you have it much better than some other people. But it's a strange time, man. It's a strange time. As much as I'm tired of talking about COVID, hearing about it, it has completely swallowed our lives. And even now, I was supposed to start a new gig there, a new job, and it's affected by the COVID, you know. So things have to be adjusted. Things have to be, bro. It's easy, huh? Trust me. Anyway, enough depression. Let's move on. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to tell you why I'm saying this because I'll get sad. But all I'm going to say is today, whoever you are, wherever you are, remember to appreciate your loved ones. Give people their roses while they're alive, while they're right next to you, while they're quarreling with you. You know, appreciate them, tell them you love them, tell them all the nice things, because at the end of the day, you know, our time is shorter, and you know, nothing is guaranteed, and you just have to try your best to make the ones you love happy and be a good person, you know. Make sure somebody has some good memories with you, and that's what life is really all about. Remember I was telling you all about balance on the last episode? Something that I just did in the last month, or this month, a couple of days ago actually, is I had to trim some fat. And I hate to call it trimming some fat, but I just had to cut back 1 or 2 things because I want to keep doing some of the things I'm doing. And in order to keep doing some of the things I'm doing, I have to pull back from some other things I was doing. Yeah. So, lessons learned. Yeah, we're still pushing though. We're still pushing. We're still grinding. Now, let me see if they have anything else I have to tell y'all. Oh, let me tell y'all one last story. I wanted to tell you this story, right? it's about to be Creole Day in St. Lucia. If you're not St. Lucian, it's a day where we celebrate our Creole heritage, because St. Lucia is a part of the Francophone, the French Caribbean, right? And we were French, under a French territory some days, and we were English, 7 times British, 7 times French, and we landed on the British side. So that's why I'm making this video in English. And if you watch Family Reflections, watch out, because we're going to be talking a little bit about the Creole. But anyway, so flashback to, I think it was 2000 and, oh gosh, boy. It was around 2007, I think. Yeah, 2007 or 2008. And I was a little youth, huh? I was around maybe 16, 17. And there was a Journée Creole happening. So I went to that Journée Creole, and there was a lot of vibe, you know, cultural stuff. People had their cultural dressing and thing, and everything was fun, everything was cool. And I had a great time, you know. Then the time comes for us to leave, and I was getting a ride with one of my partners. His father had a truck, so we're behind the truck, right? And we were waiting for somebody before we pull off. And there was a session by the road. So that session, people there dancing, you know, everything looking groovy, you know, somebody there grilling some chicken, you know, the music playing, everything live, right? Then all of a sudden, you know, I just stand there watching the people. You know, there's some moments in your life that almost feel like you're watching a movie. So I stand there watching the people dancing and thing, you know, and I'm like, yeah, boy, that's a vibe. Then I see a partner while he dancing. Yeah, he dancing. He just pull out his cutlass. Whap! And for some of you non-Lucians, a cutlass is a machete. So the one pull it out. And honestly, I by the way, I can't stand up. Like, why you call it a machete? What's it? Like, just call it cutlass. Doesn't cutlass sound better than machete? Anyway, back to the main story. So the man, he there dancing with everybody, but he pull out his cutlass. Wah! Yeah, and he dancing. He swing. Wah! So, of course, initially people, because he's still moving with the music, initially people not going to realize, yo, that man doing something strange, you know? So at first people were kind of dancing, then I hear a lady scream, ah! People just start scattering, and now he's still standing there. I don't know if that man was high or if that man was just mental or something, but he's still standing there, you know, with his cutlass, dancing, right? So all of a sudden, some police officer had superpowers. And here's why I say this. That man came from the top by a church, right? And that man running down the hill, and you hear his gun click, clack, clack, right? And that man running down the hill there. And as soon as we heard his gun click, one of my partners was standing next to me. So my partner tell you, shoot that man! Shoot that man! I don't know why he was saying that. But my partner is shouting, shoot that man! So, first, like, as soon as my partner shout, shoot that man, it's almost like the guy with the cutlass just suddenly come to his senses. That man just sober up and he started running. The police still running after him, right? But the police have his gun cocked running after him. The man just dive in some bush on the side of the road. The police self dive in the bush behind him. And then my friend's father pulled off. And we didn't see the rest of what happened there. So I can only assume, seeing as how we didn't see anything on the news, that the guy with the cutlass either got away or the policeman got him. So yeah, that's a real thing that happened. Moral of the story, Journée Creole. I mean, of course, we have COVID right now, so it's not like I'm even talking about a normal Journée Creole. But when we get back to normal, let's just remember to be safe, keep the day what the day is about, and enjoy it. stop screwing things up for everybody else with your own actions. I don't know. That sound like a good moral? Alright. So, folks, it has already been 20 minutes. You know when I'm in here. If I run out of things to talk about, I don't stay for too long. So, thank you for joining me on another episode of Iyanola Vibes. Join us on Family Reflections coming up this coming Monday. You're going to like this one, trust me. We have one of my favorite guests who have been on the show. So I'm looking forward to having him back. And yeah, you'll see him soon. Yeah, good times. See you later. Bye.